The history of the United States is intricately woven with the stories of its leaders, the presidents who have shaped the nation's destiny. From the inception of the presidency with George Washington to the contemporary era, each leader has left an indelible mark on the American narrative. This video seeks to provide a comprehensive exploration of the presidents, examining their leadership styles, key accomplishments, challenges faced, and the enduring impact they have had on the United States. George Washington, 1789 to 1797. George Washington served as the first president of the United States. He oversaw the drafting of the Constitution, established the first cabinet, and set many precedents for the office. Washington's leadership during the Whiskey Rebellion demonstrated the federal government's ability to enforce laws. John Adams, 1797 to 1801. Adams faced challenges, including the XYZ affair and the Alien and Sedition Acts. Despite avoiding war with France, his presidency was marked by political tensions and controversies. Thomas Jefferson, 1801 to 1809. Jefferson's presidency is known for the Louisiana Purchase, which doubled the size of the United States. He also embarked on the Lewis and Clark expedition and focused on agrarian and democratic principles. James Madison, 1809 to 1817. Madison's presidency was overshadowed by the War of 1812 against Britain. The burning of Washington, D.C., and the writing of the Star-Spangled Banner occurred during his tenure. James Monroe, 1817 to 1825. Monroe's presidency is associated with the era of good feelings and the Monroe Doctrine, warning European powers against further colonization in the Americas. John Quincy Adams, 1825 to 1829. Adams faced challenges from a contentious election and accusations of a corrupt bargain. His presidency focused on infrastructure projects and diplomatic initiatives. Andrew Jackson, 1829 to 1837. Jackson's presidency marked the rise of populism. He expanded suffrage but faced controversy with the forced removal of Native Americans along the Trail of Tears. Martin Van Buren, 1837 to 1841. Van Buren grappled with the economic consequences of the Panic of 1837, leading to a challenging presidency. William Henry Harrison, 1841. Harrison's presidency was the shortest in U.S. history, lasting only 32 days, as he succumbed to illness shortly after taking office. John Tyler, 1841 to 1845. Tyler, known as the accidental president, faced challenges, including tensions over Texas annexation. James K. Polk, 1845 to 1849. Polk's presidency is associated with westward expansion and the Mexican-American War. The acquisition of California and the Southwest resulted from the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. Zachary Taylor, 1849 to 1850. Taylor's presidency was brief, and he died in office. His tenure included debates over the extension of slavery into newly acquired territories. Millard Fillmore, 1850 to 1853. Fillmore faced the aftermath of the Compromise of 1850, attempting to address sectional tensions. Franklin Pierce, 1853 to 1857. Pierce's presidency saw the Gadsden Purchase, but it was marred by conflicts over the issue of slavery. James Buchanan, 1857 to 1861. Buchanan's presidency was marked by growing tensions between the North and South, ultimately leading to the outbreak of the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln, 1861 to 1865. Led the country during the Civil War. Issued the Emancipation Proclamation. Delivered the Gettysburg Address. Assassinated in 1865. 17. Andrew Johnson, 1865 to 1869. Faced challenges during Reconstruction. Impeached by the House of Representatives but acquitted by the Senate. 18. Ulysses S. Grant, 1869 to 1877. Implemented Reconstruction policies. Faced economic challenges, including the Panic of 1873. 19. Rutherford B. Hayes, 1877 to 1881. Oversaw the end of Reconstruction. Advocated civil service reforms. 20. James A. Garfield, 1881. Assassinated shortly into his term. Advocated for civil service reform. 21. Chester A. Arthur, 1881 to 1885. Supported civil service reform. Modernized the U.S. Navy. 22. Grover Cleveland, 1885 to 1889. First non-consecutive term as president. Dealt with economic challenges. 23. Benjamin Harrison, 1889 to 1893. Passed the Sherman Antitrust Act. Oversaw substantial economic growth. 24. Grover Cleveland, 1893 to 1897. Second non-consecutive term. Faced economic depression, Panic of 1893. 25. William McKinley, 1897 to 1901. Led the nation during the Spanish-American War. Oversaw economic prosperity. 26. Theodore Roosevelt, 1901 to 1909. Known for trust-busting and progressive reforms. Initiated the construction of the Panama Canal. 27. William Howard Taft, 1909 to 1913. Continued progressive policies. Faced internal party conflicts. 28. Woodrow Wilson, 1913 to 1921. Led the U.S. during World War I, proposed the League of Nations. 29. Warren G. Harding, 1921 to 1923. Oversaw economic recovery post-World War I, controversial due to Teapot Dome scandal. Died in office. 30. Calvin Coolidge, 1923 to 1929. Emphasized limited government. Focused on economic prosperity. 31. Herbert Hoover, 1929 to 1933. Faced the onset of the Great Depression. Implemented relief efforts but faced criticism. 32. Franklin D. Roosevelt, 1933 to 1945. Led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. Implemented the New Deal policies. 33. Harry S. Truman, 1945 to 1953. Made the decision to drop atomic bombs on Japan. Oversaw the post-war reconstruction of Europe. Initiated the Marshall Plan. 34. Dwight D. Eisenhower, 1953 to 1961. Focused on the Cold War and nuclear arms control. Authorized the interstate highway system. 35. John F. Kennedy, 1961 to 1963. Navigated the Cuban Missile Crisis. Advocated for civil rights. 36. Lyndon B. Johnson, 1963 to 1969. Passed significant civil rights legislation. Escalated U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War. 37. Richard Nixon, 1969 to 1974. Opened relations with China. Resigned due to the Watergate scandal. 38. Gerald Ford, 1974 to 1977. Pardoned Nixon. Faced economic challenges and high inflation. 39. Jimmy Carter, 1977 to 1981. Focused on human rights in foreign policy. Dealt with the Iran hostage crisis. 40. Ronald Reagan, 1981 to 1989. Implemented conservative economic policies, Reaganomics. Engaged in the Cold War, leading to the end of the Soviet Union. 41. George H. W. Bush, 1989 to 1993. Led the U.S. during the end of the Cold War. Oversaw the Gulf War. 42. Bill Clinton, 1993 to 2001. Presided over economic prosperity. Faced impeachment over a scandal. 43. George W. Bush, 2001 to 2009. Responded to the 9/11 attacks. Initiated the Iraq War. Faced economic challenges. 44. Barack Obama, 2009 to 2017. Implemented the Affordable Care Act. Withdrew troops from Iraq. Focused on climate change and immigration reform. 45. Donald Trump, 2017 to 2021. Implemented tax reforms. Engaged in trade disputes. Faced impeachment twice. 46. Joe Biden, 2021 incumbent. Current president, focused on the COVID-19 pandemic, infrastructure, and social issues. The story of the presidents of the United States is one of resilience, adaptation, and continual evolution. Each leader has faced unique challenges, leaving an indomitable imprint on the nation's history. As the United States moves forward, the lessons and legacies of its presidents will continue to shape the path of the nation, ensuring that the office remains a symbol of leadership and a beacon of hope for generations to come. Who will win United States presidential election in 2024? Write your thoughts in the comments. You've enjoyed this cinematic odyssey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, this is Every Data Comparison, signing off from this monumental exploration of cinematic excellence. Happy watching.